Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another Daily Blues. As the title says, sorry. We're sorry for not streaming more than we should have done. I feel incredibly bad about it, and I'm really, really sorry. But also, I feel the need to address something. Recently, we've obviously been getting a lot of haters on across social media. Recently, I've been obtaining a lot of abuse, and all I'm going to say to them is, get your act together. Doesn't really matter. We're all big people here, and I'm here to talk about Chelsea. I'm here to get on with it. I love my club. I'm not a fake. Max isn't a fake. None of us are fake. Everyone here loves Chelsea Football Club or whatever club you support. But we're all here to enjoy talking about Chelsea or talking about general transfer news. So, some people in this world are quite sad, but haters gonna hate. So we're just gonna carry on moving. I don't want to quote Taylor Swift, but I was so close to doing it then. But anyway, as I said, joined with me tonight is Mr. Max Perry of the 12th Man. How you doing, mate?
Not too bad, thank you. Glad to be back after a 2-week stint.
Yeah, that's when I was reading the live comments and everyone was saying, "Are you not happy about Pato? You're not happy?" And I'm going, "Yeah, sorry, it's not about Pato. It's just us going, sorry for not streaming." But it's it happens. So what we're going to do is, first of all, let's get straight into it. Max Perry, give me the first transfer story, please.
Okay, would you like me to start off with the ins or outs of Stamford Bridge? Tell me.
Put it down in the comments. Ins or outs. First one I see, we'll use it. Come on. Oh my God, come on.
There's a little bit of lag here.
Ins.
Ins, okay. So, firstly, thank you to John K for suggesting the ins. So, Teixeira, someone who has been spoken about in more or less every single Daily Blues episode that we've ever done, is now allegedly in doubt. Apparently, Pato is lined up. I know they don't play in the same position, but apparently Pato is going to be our only sort of active movement in this transfer window. Apparently, Teixeira does want to move to Chelsea, but the club, Shakhtar Donetsk themselves, don't actually want him to go. They're going to try and keep hold of their main assets in order to cement themselves as a top European side. So, there was a lot of hype about Teixeira. Obviously, I think he's got something like 22 goals in 15 league games. So, he is on fire. Pato, however, not so much. What do you think about the fact of someone like Pato coming in instead of Teixeira? And would you have liked to see that move happen? Or do you still believe that it could happen even though it is in doubt?
Well, obviously, guys, put that down in the comments. But while we're waiting, I'll start to talk about it. Because like you're saying, they're two completely different positions. So it is very, very difficult to establish what we would or wouldn't want. I think Pato is in a similar league to Torres, Eto'o, and those strikers, which we need to panic buy a striker. He's a panic buy. And, we've been offered him and said, yeah, here you go, have Pato. And they're going, oh, brilliant, striker. Let's take it. And that is the completely wrong move. I don't rate Pato. I don't rate him anymore. Obviously, there was a few seasons ago where he was completely mental and absolutely amazing. And, he always has been amazing on FIFA. So, that's always good. But, he's not. He was really, really promising, but he's not reaching it anymore. He's got injuries. It's just, he's another panic buy. He's another panic buy, and I don't think that he was necessarily what we wanted. I mean, Eunice made some great points the other day in the academy players. What about Tammy Abraham? Why bring in somebody who is one injury prone? Even though he has experience in Europe, and I think that's another reason we probably got him is because we can play him in the Champions League. That's probably one of the main reasons he's been playing in Brazil. But why not play Tammy Abraham? Why not play Solanke? Well, these are two players which are absolutely killing it at the minute. Tammy Abraham scored in the calendar year last year, scored 50 goals for the under-21s. And they're going, I don't know if he's ready, I think it'd just be quite difficult. What is the point in bringing in Alexandra Pato when you've got someone who is English, so help with the boost the homegrown players thing that the Premier League and the FA are implementing. He's scoring goals, so he knows where the net is. And he'd be free because he's come from our academy. And 4, he's come from our academy. If he's come from our academy, that'll shut everyone up. Well, it won't shut everyone up. But, he's one of those guys who will come in and he could, Pato's not going to play regular football. Let's be honest. The only reason Pato might play is at the minute, Costa's injured. Remy's thereabouts. But I just think Pato was a panic buy. And I just think it would have been better to bring in someone like Tammy Abraham, who is free, English, homegrown, and comes from the academy.
Definitely. I regret to inform you that it is all but confirmed by the club, so it is looking likely. Okay, Louis gone. I want you guys to leave your comments. Do you think that this is another Emanalo buy, just like Digital was in the summer?
Of course it's an Emanalo buy. Of course it is.
Of course it is. That's what I'm saying. This is a definition of an Emanalo buy. So, I'm just going to put it out there. Another Emanalo buy, pointless money that we don't need and sort of halting the youth and putting them one step further away from being in the team when realistically they don't deserve it. I mean, Pato, he may only be 25, and that's the main argument that a lot of Chelsea fans are saying. Oh, he's not past it, he's only 25. But you've got to think, he's been playing first-team football since he was about 17. He's got the footballer's body of a 30-year-old. He hasn't stopped first-team football.
Wayne Rooney has. The exact same.
That's what Wayne Rooney has. Wayne Rooney may only be 29, but the reason why he's slowing down now, not scoring as many goals, although he did have a fairly good game at the weekend, is purely for the fact that since the age of 17, he's been in the first team of a top side playing games like you've got European football every week, more or less. You've got then weekend football. He's playing more than 2 games a week for, 12 years now? He's got the footballer's body of what must be like a 34-year-old, hence why he's been so slow for quite a while now and lost his pace at about 26. But, as I said, personally, this isn't something I'd like to see. However, we do need someone to replace Falcao, as obviously he's looking like he is on the way out. But Pato is a very injury-prone striker, so realistically, is swapping one injury-prone striker such as Falcao good with swapping him for another injury-prone striker?
It's a case of if you were to write, sorry to get you off, Max. If you were to write down all of the strikers that we've had since Mourinho came in that first time round, so highlight. Actually, no, you can go a bit further back. So probably let's push it back to Iger Johnson. So obviously, he was here just before. He was at the tail end of the Ken Bates era, and he came in to the Abramovich era. So if you were to write it down, I'm not going to, but it's my pen's there just in case I do. Iger Johnson, Didier Drogba, okay, 2 quality strikers. Adrian, so if you were to do a line down the middle, Drogba, to Johnson, that's 2. Now look at the other strikers. Torres being the biggest failure, if you ask me. Falcao being the second biggest, hardly ever played. In recent history, I'd say Falcao's the second biggest failure because he didn't play. Another one in the comments: Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, move that across. Iger Johnson, Drogba, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Mutu. Eto did okay.
There, isn't he?
Yeah, Eto did okay. You've had Torres, Mutu,
Demba Ba.
Falcao, Demba Ba, yeah. Diego Costa, I don't know where he'd go because he's a sort of player. Shevchenko is another bad one.
That's what I said, Shevchenko earlier.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, mate.
All right, no problem.
But it's I think Costa's one of those guys which is in the middle. If you ask me.
Do you think we need another top striker and going someone like Pato to just sit on the bench and cover Oscar?
This is why we should have done our business better in the summer.
I agree, but what you've got to think is the board aren't going to give a temporary manager a lot of money to go and buy a striker, because the striker is one of them players who is extremely important and has to suit the manager's style of play. That's why with someone like Costa, he was perfect for Mourinho because he was a physical striker, was good at playing on the counter-attack, was a good target man, which works with that highly defensive style of play. So he was the perfect man for the job. Whereas another manager could come in and it might not suit your style play more as much if you want to play more sort of possessive football. That doesn't quite work with Costa's like burst of pace and physical side. But that's personally why I don't think they're necessarily going to give Guus Hiddink a lot of money in this window. Because, I mean, he might go and buy a striker that suits, I don't know, a high tempo, high passing sort of game of football, which realistically he hasn't really been playing. But for example, and then we might get someone who likes to play highly defensive football, counter-attacking football, and the striker just might not suit it. And personally, I think that's the problem with Torres. He came in an era where we didn't necessarily have a secure manager. Obviously, we brought in Rafa Benitez to try and make it work for him, but the rest of the team wasn't working, and it was just all a big mess in the end. But yeah, Pato, basically, we can confirm that both me and Louis are not keen on the idea of that signing. And we also believe that it is another Emanalo signing. But anyway, don't want to spend too long on that. We also covered Teixeira slightly. Next, I'm going to go straight on to... Oh, no, we have one more in. Ezequiel Lavezzi. Obviously, he is... I think he's coming up to his 30s now. He might be about 28 or 29.
No, he's turning 30, I think.
He is.
Put it down in the comments, guys, if you know. Because remember, this is for you as much as we enjoy doing it.
Ezequiel Lavezzi is 30 years old. It says here.
This is all these live streams. Obviously, we read all your comments on the fan cams and all the other videos. But these live streams is where we really want you guys to get involved, and we want to read your comments. And because obviously this fans channels, whatever club it is, they're for all of us to talk and for all of us to talk about what we think and what's going on. So obviously now I'm seeing it. It's all coming flying in. Yes. Yeah. But Lavezzi's 30, so
It's been a while since he's been playing good football as well. He hasn't had the best couple of years at PSG, has he?
He was pushed out. I think. Yeah. I think he would be a good backup buy, but I think it may be that they are. I reckon that they are they're using him as backup.
Why are we strengthening our bench though?
Sorry,
why are we buying players like Pato and Lavezzi that are purely just strengthening our bench? When this season, more than any other season, it's the first team that we're having problems with. It makes zero sense. Zero. Just like unbelievable.
Well, the advantage is, I don't think we're signing him this window, but I think that he is coming in on a free in the summer.
Lavezzi will be.
Yeah.
Okay, I was unaware of that.
I don't think it'll be an automatic signing. I think if it's on a free, it's a signing that is definitely worth considering.
Yes.
But as a lot of people in the comments are pointing out, we've got Kennedy there. We've already got Pedro. Excuse me. Willian, Hazard. Oscar can play out wide if he needed him to. If Fabregas was playing at number 10. So that's already 6.
Ramirez has been on the right mid, yeah.
Christian Atsu, who's never going to play. We've got 8 wingers there.
Salah, Cuadrado.
Jesus Christ, it's endless.
Yeah.
Moses is another one.
There you go. That's close to about 10 now, isn't it?
And then it's just ridiculous. And then there's also this sort of moves in quite quickly. It's sort of with the bloody hell. I was trying to get some stuff up. With Alex Teixeira as well. That's why we don't need him. Before we sign, I think we need to offload.
Okay, talking of offloading, I'm going to move on to this before we start. Okay, so Teixeira, obviously, he was seen as a direct replacement for Oscar, whose form hasn't really been great. It's been very on and off. So, The Sun, not the most reliable source. I know Dan did make a video about this earlier on his channel, Son of Chelsea. Apparently, there are 4 players who will be looking to leave Chelsea. It is called an exodus, I believe, or something like that. So, it says here, Chelsea fear losing Eden Hazard, Thibaut Courtois, Diego Costa and Oscar. So 4 crucial first-team players who we won't pick up near enough money as we would have if we were to sell them last season. So, it says here, the Blues are scared that poor results, a fractured dressing room and no Champions League football next term will cost them this summer. There is also the uncertainty over who will eventually succeed interim boss Goose Hiddink in the dugout. Leaves Chelsea expecting a fight to keep hold of the striker Diego Costa, Eden Hazard, Thibaut Courtois and Oscar. So, I know that a lot of people have said that players such as Costa and Hazard have been like against Mourinho and that's why their form was rubbish or something like that. And now that they're gone, it should pick up. And Courtois hasn't really, there's not much you can comment on his season because he's been injured for like 80% of it. Oscar's been very on and off. But I personally think, although most of these 4 players' form has been less than good this season, I still personally wouldn't like to see them leave. I think that's such a huge core of the team that it'd be so damaging to see that go. And there's only so much you could really do in one transfer window, especially to replace who are undoubtedly top signers like that. What do you think of this, Louis? Do you think this could be dangerous and this could be where everything starts going downhill if we are to lose players like this? Or do you personally think that with the form they've been at this season, how poor they've been, it's only fair that they leave and you'll be happy to see that?
I personally think that, like you said, it's the sun, so it's not the most reliable source. However, this is something that we should worry about, considering we have to now look further into the long term because of because we're not, like you're saying, we're not going to get Champions League football because we're hardly going to win the Champions League. Let's be brutally honest here. However, I don't think a mass exodus is something we should worry about. I think we have to think about players like Hazard could possibly leave. I definitely think that could happen. I reckon you know what? Actually, I reckon Hazard will go out the door in the summer.
The only thing is, you've got to think of what's happened with Real Madrid now.
That's exactly
one huge target off.
That was the next point I was going to make.
Unless they do what Barcelona do and appeal it and try and hold it off until summer. Because if they appeal it, they can take it until summer, and that's perfectly in the rules. That's what Barcelona did. They can appeal it. There won't be anything against it, and it just go until summer. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that'll happen. I think because they already have appealed and it's gone very quiet on that front. I think that is it. I think Atletico and Real have got transfer bans. So basically, it's a case of if he went anywhere now, it would be PSG. I would personally say, if we were to sign a player, if Zlatan's going out of the door at the end of the season at PSG, which they don't know yet 100%, but it's looking increasingly likely, I think if he stays, fingers crossed he will. You'll understand why when I say this. Use Hazard, okay, but ask them to use Cavani as a make-weight. Hello. Hello. Sorry, my mouse had disappeared at that point, and I couldn't take myself off mute. Yeah, I wouldn't like to see him go, to be honest. I still think that someone who showed that much class last season, obviously there's that saying, class is permanent, form is temporary and whatever. Someone who showed that much class last season, I still deep down believe it's still there and it will get triggered at some point and it will be back to its best. I just think he needs the right manager. And Cavani, I don't think would be the best replacement. Well, I say replacement, best sort of substitute as such for him.
I know, but this is where what we were saying about having too many wingers comes in.
Yeah.
Even though Hazard was so key for us last season, in the first half of the season, him, Costa, and Fabregas were our 3 key players. Obviously, all their form dipped. Costa looks like he's back on the up. I thought Fabregas is starting to play better as well.
Yeah, Fabregas had a very good game at the weekend, and Costa's now on 5 goals in 5 games, I believe. Yeah,
so he's obviously on the up, but Cavani or Pato? This is what I'm trying to say here, basically. Okay, Pato and Hazard or Cavani? Cavani. That's what you were saying, wasn't it? To get rid of Hazard and use Cavani as a make-weight. No. So basically, if PSG's saying, okay, here's 80 million. So obviously, we want at least 100 million for Hazard. Okay, give us 90 million, so an extra 10 mil, but we'd like Cavani as well. Yeah. Cavani will be about 15 million, maybe 20. I think Cavani's still worth about 30 million, to be honest. Well, it's all swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But I think that possibly that's what I would do, because I think in the summer we are going to be offloading. I think Oscar will go because Juventus have been keen on him for the past 2-3 years. So I think he'll go. I think Hazard will go. I think Ivanovic will be let go.
I think Ramirez will more than likely leave.
I think Ramirez will probably go. No,
I think that's been a long time coming.
I don't know about Ramirez.
I think it's been a long time coming for him. He's been so sort of. We've lost his cheek coming up as well. He's going to get even more sort of frozen out of first team.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think Masic will go? I know you said that in your player ratings on Saturday. You said that you think that there is a chance he will be going if his form doesn't pick up.
See, if Hiddink wasn't the temporary manager, I do think Matic would be on the way out.
Yeah.
If Hiddink was permanent, but I think that Matic won't go. I don't think Matic will go because people know what he's capable of.
But that's the same as Hazard.
I know, but we can get a lot more money for Hazard than we can for Matic. Put it that way.
That's very true.
But it's all like I said, swings and roundabouts. There's Carmen Fairs, 100 million for Hazard. You're having a laugh. Well,
I do think that's very high. I think we'll be lucky to get about 50 million for him after this season.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm trying to think what Chelsea will say. Chelsea will say we want at least 100 mil. They'll want a world record fee for him because obviously, if you look at what he's capable of,
that's it. Yeah, class is permanent, form is temporary, and whatnot.
Exactly. And in the French league, you'll kill it. Let's be honest, the French league's not exactly competitive.
Well, yeah, we saw it happen with Di Maria, didn't we? Man United still got 50 million for Di Maria after a less than poor season at Man United, and he's doing unbelievable there now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
That's almost a perfect example.
That's the there's no think it. That's almost it is the perfect example.
Yeah.
If you look, there's a lot of people talking about Pasalic. I haven't watched any La Liga, and I think he's on loan there, I believe, and clearly he must be doing really well. But and there's players like Van Ginkel as well, who was practically guaranteed first team football. He's a young Fabregas basically.
He was Mourinho's first signing in his second spell back, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. And then he only came if he was guaranteed football. Then he got injured in that game, and then he's just slowly fallen down.
Yeah.
But if there's Nathan as well, Vitesse, Solanke, Tammy Abraham. This is the conversation which Eunice was talking about, or something that Eunice was talking about the other day. So I don't think it's worth going back into it again.
No, I think we've more or less covered everything.
Yeah, but let's get some comments. Felix Dunn would like a shout out. Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, shout outs at the end of the episode. We'll say when. So.
Yeah, all right. But guys, can you start leaving your questions down in the comment section, and we'll start answering some of them. But is there nothing else to cover, Max? No more transfer news at all.
No, there's no more transfers. We've gone over it. We've gone over the ins, the outs. Obviously, we said about how Pato is all but confirmed. We've said about how Texera is looking doubtful now. We've said about obviously how there's going to be a major offload in the summer. So now we're on to questions.
Remy needs to start against Arsenal. Play false 9.
False 9 doesn't work with the style of football that we implement. You have to have extremely possessive football, and with the team that we have in the form of our midfield this season, that isn't going to work, especially against a team like Arsenal who play possessive football. And the form of their midfield is unbelievable. I mean, you got Ozil, who's just looking incredible. So I personally think that is one of the worst ways that we can go out against Arsenal realistically. Yeah,
I think the way to play against Arsenal. It's my first trip to the Emirates, so God help me. It's going to be a long train journey home if it doesn't.
Defensive counter-attacking football is what we need.
Yeah, but I think we need, because these players obviously want to beat Arsenal. They do. They always turn up against Arsenal. So
Shane Costa's not there. We always need that big physical target man up front. He always.
I don't know. I don't think Costa's 100% out. I think he.
Oh no, I know there is a chance, but whether or not he will be risked.
Oh my God! I've got a great question here. Garen Evans, should Zola be given the manager's job, mate? I'd love Zola. Excuse me, not very well at the minute. Sorry. Fabio Demicelli, I believe it is. Sorry, mate, if I got your name wrong. Traore is apparently going to Everton. What do you think about this, Max?
Traore, I'd love to see given the first team opportunity. I just said about how we need that big physical target man. Who better than Traore, other than Costa, obviously, but he'd be the perfect man for Arsenal because Arsenal's defence isn't. I mean, you saw it at the beginning of the season. Costa just completely sort of destroyed them in the sense that he managed to get in their heads. He got Gabriel sent off for a stupid sort of attack. So he managed to get in their head. He manages to get past them. I mean, the season before last, that sort of over the top ball where he just managed to just completely shrug off the players. They just completely crumble against physical strikers because Arsenal are quite a lightweight team. Other than Mertesacker, they don't really have any big physical players. So I mean,
Giroud,
Koscielny's not really a big.
Sanchez, who's
Koscielny's not. I'm on about physical players.
Alexis Sanchez.
Alexis Sanchez isn't physical.
I think you'll find that Alexis Sanchez is very physical and very, very strong on the ball. I'll remind you, he did grow up in probably the roughest area in Chile. The only way he got out to play football was by putting stuff in bins, working his bum off and just working hard.
Sorry, I forgot. Louis grew up in the streets of Chile with Sanchez, but anyway.
Oh yeah. Me actually go way back,
I don't
mate.
know. We've seen in previous years, like especially with Joppa as well, having such a good record against them. They just completely. We just always see their defense crumble against big, strong physical players. And I think Traore would be perfect for that. So I think, especially to give him to another Premier League side, I think that'd be no, thank you. I think Traore is one of the more deserving youth players of a chance in the first team. Definitely.
I agree. I think Remy is absolutely brilliant. Remy. Oh, sorry, I misread it. But I'm like reading questions and then talking at the same time. Traore. Jesus, it's been a long day for me. It's been a long day. Ben Beckett, can you see us winning the Champions League? If one team could do it, it would be Chelsea.
No.
I don't want to say no because there's always a chance because, we're last 16. It's like I don't want to say no, but no, basically. No. I'll be honest, it's not going to be 2012 because we don't have those leaders in the dressing room.
Definitely.
Simple as that. We didn't have the players which came so close and then fell away.
And
we don't have those sort of players anymore who came so close yet so far.
The players were playing for Di Matteo as well. They wanted Di Matteo to be given that permanent job, and they knew the only way they were going to be given it with how the league was going was to win that cup. Whereas the players don't really have that same commitment to Goose Hiddink.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think Gus Hiddink would be it's difficult because it's a similar situation. But oh my God, another good comment. No transfer deals to Everton. Martinez doesn't like us. Money can't buy you stones. Except it will. It might not be us, but money will buy stones eventually. He won't stay at Everton for his whole career. I'll eat this desk. Come back. If in 10 years he's still at Everton and he says I'm going to retire now, I will come back, find this specific desk and eat it. But Masunda, does he deserve a start? Yes. It's the youth system again, but we'll come back to that. James Jasper, Remy deserve a chance. Yes, he does. If Costa's not playing and he's fit, I'd start him. He's pacey, and he can hold himself up. He's proven in the Premier League. I think it'll be interesting to start him. So just whizzing through these now. If I find a big one, Max, I'll let you know. William Carvalho and Loftus-Cheek to boss our midfield for the next 10 years. I think if you sign William Carvalho, Loftus-Cheek would not get an opportunity. I think I don't think that could work. But here you go. Yves Cater. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, mate. Think about this. One's a difficult one to think about. I really think swapping Lacazette for Hazard to go to Chelsea would be good. I don't think Hazard would go to Lyon.
No,
he wouldn't go to Lyon. The only people he would go to would be PSG in that league or Monaco, maybe.
No, I think PSG is the only option really.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Masunda, however, Amir Lak says he's been called up for first team training. That would be good. CR7, should Chelsea go for Laporte? I don't think we should. Here you go, Max. This is one for you. Gareth Evans, favourite ever Chelsea player?
Frank Lampard.
Oh, yeah. I knew you were going to say.
Same as every other Chelsea fan in our generation.
Gianfranco Zola.
I'm sorry. Gianfranco Zola's up there, but I'm not old enough to have seen him properly. Neither are you, Louis. So Gianfranco Zola is probably my second favourite Chelsea personality.
It's just I'm not old enough to see. I've seen like just clips of him and just obviously.
Yeah, obviously,
and just all the stories I hear.
Norwich, I think
you lot have all seen my wall. Well, obviously not this one. This one's in another place, but it's sort of like I have behind me here. I've got the Gianfranco Zola shirt.
I've got the same. Hold on.
Here I've obviously got the Frank Lampard thing. And I've got all the pictures from Munich here, I've got stuff up here, and on the wall opposite, which you can see on my channel, I've got
this here. Ignore the reflection.
Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. But obviously, on the other side of the wall, so on the white wall, on the other side of my room, I've got an FA tube mat behind me, and then I've got the shirts from last season. I've framed them, and I've got them. That cost me an arm and a leg. It's ridiculous. And I've got it on the wall above there for saying champions. It was a present. It must have cost them an arm and a leg, so thank you very much. Oh, here you go. So another transfer on which we didn't pick up on. What do you guys think about Christian Atsu and 15 million for Riyad Mahrez?
Riyad Mahrez would be a quality signing.
He would be a quality signing, but
I don't think Atsu's going to be getting into the first team anytime soon, so I'll take it. However, I don't think Riyad Mahrez is a solid plan for the future.
Yeah, but I'm just worried that if we sign Riyad Mahrez, it would be like when we signed Demba Ba again. I know it's maybe a different situation, but if like Demba Ba was on fire at Newcastle, we signed him, did nothing.
Who knows?
But yeah, but anyway, that has been Daily Blues for tonight. Sorry we've drawn it out a bit. We're sort of aiming to keep it for 20 minutes, so it's little segments for you guys. We will attempt to do it every day until the end of the transfer window. Cross my heart. If I'm not on, Max will be on, or Dan will be on, or Eunice if this comes. I don't know if he's alive anymore. We should find out. I haven't got any service. Brilliant. If I had service, I'd give him a quick bell. So Eunice, you're alive. But obviously, we'll wrap it up now. Thank you for watching. Please follow Max on his YouTube channel, The 12th Man. He is how many far away from 500?
16 away from 500. I know there's probably 16 people watching this that aren't subscribed, so please get us to 500 by the end of the month. It would be massively appreciated.
Considering there's 159 people watching, there must be.
Also, very quickly, we packed a Team of the Year and an 89 rated inform in a pack, so that's something that you may want to go and see. That was quite
Hello,
good.
my name's Max, and let's talk about FIFA. Play it for fun. Play it for fun, mate. Saying that, I probably will be doing FIFA videos, but, you know, that means I've already plugged my channel, so I'm going to do it again. I'll be doing FIFA videos in that soon. So basically, go look at my channel, The Boogaloo. Nearly at I'm one away from 250. So, you know, 250 subscribers in a week. Not bad. That's pretty decent. A couple of weeks. I probably should upload more, though. Really difficult. I didn't realise how hard it is to do it. But anyway, links to our channels will be down in the description. Also, follow all social media links for 100% Chelsea. They'll be down there as well for Twitter, for Facebook, for Instagram, and also for Snapchat. You guys, take care. I'll see you soon. Keep the blue flag flying high.